Hello world, and welcome back to another fight news. Actually, it's another fight news, but more of a fight story, that I should say, where it's a blog that I'm going to talk about something that's related to fighting game. So, alright, as you can see, the screen right now, it's me going on a rank game on Fighting EX Layer on the Steam version. What you can see here is that it's hard to find a match. It actually took me like 5 minutes straight to actually get a match here, which is like very bad. But I think it's not the worst because I knew that there are some games where you literally have no people to play with. And that's the topic that I kind of want to talk about in today's like kind of a blog thingy here. So alright, let's go. Alright, what's the thing? So you see like Street Fighter, you see like Tekken, all those kind of games have like an audience and that kind of games. So that's really cool. I love those. I love people playing different kind of fighting games. And those games with when you have people to play with, it's always good because you can always find people that's around your level. But when there is a game where there is no people to play with, that's kinda become a hurdle of itself. So you see, this is the reason why where those companies are being criticized when they have no single player contents. I'm not saying fighting game really have to have a single player content. I'm just saying that if you are a fighting game and you expect there's only a handful of people just playing the game, you should make something that they can invest their time on and then check if they like the game or not. I mean, if you look at some of the bigger companies like Capcom, like Namco Bandai, or maybe like, I don't know, Arc System Works, which making like different kind of fighting games, they have a base. They have a people who knows that what they're making, and they have a brand that people know that they are going to be good, so they're just going to get in and then just play the game. So there's people to play those games, but there are just so many games where it's just not as big as those games, and that's why you cannot just having a game like right here, Fighting EX Layer made by Arika. Who the fuck knows Arika? I mean, there's people that know Arika, and people knows about Street Fighter EX, but when they talk about Fighting EX Layer, not a lot of people know about this game, and that's really sad. That's a really big part what that makes the people not be able to like enjoy a fighting game as much as they can. I'm just kind of really bummed about it because I'm kind of that kind of person where I don't really have friends. I'm kind of an introvert, and all those friends that I'm really friendly with don't really play fighting games, so I only play fighting game by myself. So but I like different kinds of fighting game. I don't like Street Fighter. I mean, I like Street Fighter, but I think it's just too hard or too heavy for me in my taste. And I personally like BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, and that has some fun. Tekken, I like Tekken 5 to 6, but ever since then I didn't touch at all and those kind of things. I might jump back to it because of Julia Chang, but it's like I don't really play a lot of the mainstream game. I don't know why, but it's like all the games that I'm interested in right now, like Punch Planet, like Rebels of Ether, like Slap City, like right now Fighting EX Layer, there is no people playing the game. And that makes me sad, actually. Very sad. So yeah. I'm just wanted to say that there are a lot of people that have the same problem, and I really don't know where can people kind of solve this kind of problem, because as a fighting game you have to have people to play with, because if you don't have people to play with and what you can play is only computer, there's only like a limited amount of like the experience that you can get from a fighting game, and that's really limited amount of the gameplay that you can get from a fighting game. I have played a little bit of the Fighting EX layer with the offline people. Like I went to locals and played some games with them, and they were really cool, and I found the game really good and those kind of thing. But I cannot play it every day. I cannot play like very often. I cannot go to the locals very often. And even if I can go to local very often, there's like not every time I'm going to have people that I can play the game with. So yeah, this is like I want to like talk about this kind of game. Do you have a game where like you don't have people to play with? And if that's the case, what do you do with those games? And do you just give up, or you do something that kind of makes people get interested in kind of things? Because you see, there are some cases where people kind of put time and effort into the game where it kind of becomes have a cult classics, a cult following. Like for example, this year there was some Sailor Moon S. They got featured in the Koei Gaming, and then they have a Toronto top tiers and those kind of stuff, and it becomes kind of a big. And they had kind of a side tournament and all those kind of stuff, and that's great. But are there any other options? And if you're just a player, is it just not that good to actually play those kind of smaller fighting games? Tell me your thought. Maybe leave a comment down there in the comment section below. And yeah, it's just a really quick video. I didn't really edit everything, but I'm going to make more this kind of the thing from the future. Just going to share my thought with you about the fighting game kind of things. And yeah, thank you, and we will see you next time.